What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys so very much. Over 1,500, wow, 1,500 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. It's crazy. The numbers are bananas because y'all love on me, so I'm gonna love on y'all some more. All right, and you know we like to keep it fun over here. We're still living a bit of a quarantine life, we're still dealing with some COVID-19 stuff. So I thought that I would bring some fun to the show today and actually introduce to you guys to a very unlikely friend that I made in recent months. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a producer, podcaster. I'm talking about the one and only Jonathan Doku. Hey, Jonathan.
Thank you so much. Hey, how are you?
I am good. How are you today?
Great. And I want to say thank you for having me on this platform, and thank you for having this platform, period. I'm a huge fan of your show. Aww. I love your energy. We need more people like you that are just genuinely caring and good,
I appreciate that, Jonathan. Thank you. And thank you for having me on your show, which was a complete, 360 or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I was bad in geography. But that was crazy for me because usually I'm so used to being on this end of the microphone. So it was like, having these random questions kind of thrown at me. I was like, wow, I never thought about who are my favorite singers. Dang, I don't know. What is my favorite movie? So it was really awesome. And I really enjoyed being on your show. So I really appreciate that. But so today we're talking all about you. All right, it ain't about me, all about you. So, Jonathan, what part of the country are you holding down right now?
I am in Dallas, Texas right now.
Okay. And what kind of weather is happening in Dallas?
Well, Dallas, you got a little bit of everything. It's sunny right now, but it could be snowing any minute.
I'm sure that. Oh, wow. So, Jonathan, how does your story begin in the world of entertainment?
Okay, well, it's funny you ask because I cannot remember a single moment where I didn't want to entertain. Like, even as a little kid worshiping Barney, like my mom, she could not do anything because I was a fidgety child. But once, I don't know what it was about Barney. Maybe it was because it was shot in Dallas, Texas. But when Barney came on, she could have went to California and back. As long as Barney was on, I was not moving. And I would tell my mama, I would be like, I want to play with Barney. I want to play with those kids. Yeah. Not knowing that I was telling her that I wanted to be on TV. But, acting is something that I've always had a passion for. It's like literally the only thing I can do good. Like I was like, if acting don't work out, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No, because you got a lot of your billfold over there. So acting is one little sliver of the portion of who Jonathan is. Because you writing stuff, you producing stuff, you got this podcast out there popping off. So you got a lot of stuff going, Jonathan. Let's not try to shortchange ourselves.
Yeah, well, I just feel like, the entertainment industry as a whole, like, I'm most comfortable there, you know what I mean? Gotcha. Like, whether I'm acting, dancing, singing, writing, like, I just love changing people's emotions, because to me, that's the definition of art. Like, you shouldn't go to a musical or a show or a movie and then come out the same way you came. We try to change your emotion, no matter what that emotion is. Okay.
Yeah. So, what was your motivation behind starting the podcast?
Well, it's funny because podcasting, this might sound cliche, but watching people like Joe Rogan and Joe Budden and they inspired me, and it was always something that I had wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But you know how you have these things where you're like, I would like to do that, but you never get around to it. Mm-hmm. Well, all the theaters had closed, and Hollywood had shut down, so there was no auditions, and I was stuck home, and I said to myself, well, now's the perfect time. And it's funny because I originally started it as like a Dallas thing. I wanted to give people in my city, a platform, and it actually grew from there. People from like Florida, people from like Australia, Canada, they all were asking to be interviewed, and I was like, okay, so I try to dedicate it to people that, wouldn't normally have a platform, that are talented.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about how you and I got connected, because that was a very unlikely connection between us.
It's funny because we are spirits first.
Yes.
And, we do have different energies, and so I was just scrolling by, the you may know this person, looking for a wife, as I normally do. you know how we do. Like, ooh, she cute, I'm gonna add her. And then I saw your picture. And it was strange. It was something about your profile pic that was like a beam of light. I don't know if it was because you had Ronald McDonald on there or what, but there was something that, like, it was almost like I could not click on it. It would just bother me. So I clicked on it. I didn't even know what you did at the time, and I clicked on it, and it just so happened that you were an artist as well, and we started talking, and we got connected.
That was hilarious, because it's like, we're in the middle of this pandemic stuff, and that was actually just some fan art that I just created. And when I posted it up, it was just to be silly, honestly and truthfully. Like, I was like, let me just put some silly stuff up, and we dealing with all this stuff, and we're cooped up, and we're social distancing. Let's just, I just wanted to have some fun with it, so that's why I posted up that crazy picture. It's still up, so we posted it up there.
Yeah.
But and like you said, kindred spirits. You know that you're connected with people, and for whatever reason, who knows? Maybe we're kin down the line. I don't know. But you were just really just genuine, really true. And I don't connect with people too often, just because, like, I've been in the industry a number of years too. And, you've met people that are true to it, and then people that try to use you. So I don't connect with people too often, but when I met you, it was nothing but love, positive vibrations, good encouragement, good energy. And people like that, you do not encounter in the industry too often. It doesn't happen. So I was really, really glad and thankful that we connected, and that, we continue to encourage each other and support one another through everything. So, I'm really big on, not just, being, whatever future person or doing this, but also how can I help you? That's a bigger scope of what I love to do. Is I love to see people shine in their purpose. So I always like to do that and make sure that that's a thing. But Jonathan, what's next for you? As we get through this COVID-19 stuff and things start to open up again and people are a little bit more mobile and doing things, what is next on the list for you to do?
Well, I'm actually working on a TV show. Ooh. And writing a TV show, and it kind of has like a haunted vibe to it. So I kind of want to work on it a little bit early. Just release some snippets a little bit. Like American Horror Style, where they have those 15 minutes. So I'm working on just releasing a little bit of something, for the Halloween time. And also, I'm working on a musical, and I got 7 people with me because we're doing something that's never been. We're doing something that's never been done before. We are writing a musical where each character has a genre. It's kind of like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner meets Jungle Fever. It's a show about interracial dating and, prejudice on both sides of the family. And so, say, for instance, the kids, they sing very, modern, Hamilton, Rent, Waitress, because they're in the modern times. The 2 Caucasian families, they sing, classical theater because they're stuck in that, they're stuck in that time.
Mm-hmm.
And, the black mom and dad, they sing like gospel. So things like The Wiz or, Hairspray or Color Purple, something like that. And it's really interesting. I was actually sitting in the writer's room because there's a scene where everybody meets and you have like a scene where they're rapping, singing gospel, singing R&B, singing classical at the same time. And you would think that kind of, clashes, but they actually mesh really, really well. And the scene is kind of like a hectic scene because you got a lot of people with, a lot of different views. You got Republicans, Democrats, Trump supporters. So, of course, it's going to be a little hectic, but it plays into the scene really, really well.
Gotcha. And last but certainly not least, Jonathan, what advice could you offer to any person out there that aspires to be an actor? They want to be in the industry so much, but they don't know. They don't know what they don't know.
Well, I would say definitely, take classes, but also out there. Because for me, classes were good, but the best thing for me was actually being in shows, doing them, invest in your art and what you want to do. If you want to be a dancer, and say for instance you want to be a dancer, but you mostly like ballet, take different styles of dance so you can be, well-rounded. If you want to be a singer, no matter how good you can sing, I believe everybody could use a vocal coach, here and there. And most importantly, like I always say, I'm a firm believer that if you want to do something, you have the power to do it. Like, there's a movie, one of my favorite movies, Sucker Punch, they have a quote called, "You have everything you need already inside of you, now fight." Meaning, if you want to be an actor or a doctor, the fact that you want to be a doctor, you have everything you need in you to pursue that. Just, you just got to get up off your behind and do it. Because what people don't know is, like, I can kind of be a procrastinator, but each time I procrastinate, the hardest part of whatever I was doing was sitting down waiting. After I got up, and pressed the green button, everything just, flew in. And I also want to encourage people to, speak things into existence. Our words are very powerful. The world was created by words. So we have to speak things into existence and also put in the works, because faith without works is dead also. So just keep that positive energy out there. There will be times where people try to, like, misguide you or mislead you, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not on purpose. But, we just got to take the good criticism with the bad and just keep on going,
Yeah, you got to keep doing it. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you. And
no problem.
Definitely.
Check out my podcast. It's called Let's Talk About It. It's on Spotify. Just type up my name, Jonathan, Jonathan, Doku, Doku, and Let's Talk About It, and it'll pop up.
All right. Sounds like a bad. And Jonathan, let them know how they can connect with you on social media.
I'm on Facebook, Jonathan Doku, Instagram, Doku the God 94. When I made it, I was, just listening to the Breakfast Club. That's why I got that name. So yeah, Instagram, Doku the God 94, Facebook, Jonathan Doku.
Loving it. Much more success in the 2021, Jonathan. Of course, you got us on. We got you. All right, we are backing you. Whatever you got going on, I want to hear about these premieres and stuff. So that means that you're gonna have to come back and talk about these projects when it's time for it to break. Like exclusives now. I understand that.
Yeah, I'm down.
So I appreciate that, and I thank each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.